Hi everyone, my name is Emily Sullivan and I'm here to talk about my two sorts and one activity in the within word pattern stage. A few characteristics of this stage are students can read single syllable words accurately and some 2 to 3 syllable words in context, and students are working from the full alphabetic stage to a consolidated alphabetic stage in which they use chunks and patterns to decode unfamiliar words. So they're moving away from sound by sound analyzing of these words. Vowels and consonants. Students are able to decipher vowel patterns and use them appropriately, although they are sometimes used incorrectly in one-syllable words. Some consonants take on part of a vowel sound or can control a vowel sound, such as the letter R. So my first sort for this stage would be the long I, short I sort. Students in the early within word pattern stage should start with a picture sort review of short and long vowel words before moving on to more complicated vowel rules such as the CVCE words. This activity would be appropriate for first graders just breaking into this stage. And you can extend this activity by writing these words on chart paper after being sorted and finding new words that can go in these categories. So I got this paper from this blog right here. Here is the long I, short I sort. So all it is a worksheet that prints out. You can color and cut the pictures out and then ask students to sort them according to short I and long I. So first I would ask students what a short I sound makes, which is the I sound, and what a long I makes, which is of course the I sound. So fish, fa-ish. Do you hear I or I in fish? I. Dice, dice. Do you hear I or I in dice? Long I. Witch. Do you hear I or I in witch? Short I. So students can continue sorting these. There's a lot of pictures, so I'm going to stop there just so you can see what it looks like. Oopsies. Alright, so when they're finished, of course, extend the activity. You can ask them what other words fit into these categories, and you can write them on the board or chart paper so they can see what these words look like as well. So it's a nice, simple activity that's kind of introductory for them. My next activity is the R-controlled vowel word sort. So students in the middle within word pattern stage should begin to focus on vowels that are affected by consonants, especially the common R-controlled vowels. This activity would be appropriate for second graders, and you can extend this activity by asking students the similarities they can find among the various R-controlled vowel sounds. For example, the words with ER, IR, and UR sound the same but look different. So all I did for this activity was make some fancy little labels with some cardstock and index cards. Let me lay them out. So basically all students are going to do is sort and categorize, just like in the last activity. In alphabetical order. Alright. So our first word would be first. First goes in the IR category. Our next word, finger. Finger. That is an ER word. Her. Start. R. Start. Curl. Earl. Alright, and we keep going for those. Sir. Worm. Alright, so if you notice, AR words kind of have an R sound. It almost sounds like it doesn't have a vowel in front of it. And you can make other observations with your students based on these. They'll probably come up with a lot of different ones that you didn't even think of. Some may be correct, some may be incorrect, but it's a really good way of exploring these words and seeing that the ER, IR, and UR are very, very similar. Finger, first, turn. They all have the not the R or the OR sound. All right, our next activity is probably my favorite because it involves reading, and I love reading. So this book activity is a word hunt. Word hunts are a great way to connect the word study and reading process. And this activity is, it's a book that an advanced first or second grader could read with relative ease. You can extend this activity by asking students to reread and look for a different pattern on the second read. So I'm using King Bidgood's in the Bathtub by Audrey and Don Wood. So if we look at this book is really hilarious. So first, I would ask students to find CVCE words. So if they're reading, they would mark a CVCE word. Page is a CVCE word. Come, time, came. So everything I've marked with yellow, let's see over here, is a CVCE word. So you can write those down on a piece of paper, discuss them, talk about them, see what they have in common, what they don't have in common, and then you can ask students to go back and reread the book again and find words with a different pattern. So cried has an IE vowel pattern. Boom has a double O pattern. I think that's all I marked. But that's just a different way to enjoy word study by getting to read a book, and it's word hunts are kind of fun. It's like a scavenger hunt to find different words, and I think students would really enjoy this activity. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you got some good ideas.